Go, Bobby Maximus Live, and I'm here to talk to you about how optimization is just BS. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to stop listening to these podcast bros. I need you to stop buying into this optimization culture. I need you to stop thinking that you're going to all of a sudden, because you have an ice bath for a specific period of time, or you find some new supplement, or you watch a Netflix documentary, that all of a sudden you're going to perform at the highest level in the world, and you're going to wake up like a Navy SEAL wrapped in a coat of bulletproof armor with an Olympic gold medal wrapped around your neck. It's just not going to work like that. Like, I hate to tell you, I wish there was something I could tell you to take, but there's not. And you got to stop believing in these snake oils, these myths, these charlatans that run their podcasts that tell you all the little hacks that are going to change your life. Like, get out of here with that. I am on one about this. I actually just spent the weekend at Strong New York, one of the premier fitness conferences on the planet. And yeah, I really think we need to have a talk about what optimization looks like. All right? So I see a lot of you pouring in. Welcome to the show. Please, please, please put your comments down before we get on with the talk. I need a couple of things from you. Number one, smash that like button. Push this to the very top of the algorithm because this is a message people need to hear. I'm going to need some comments from you. And please ask questions. These lives, they are so much more fun when I can engage with you and when people ask questions. And I'm here to help. I will give you the answer you need to hear. Not necessarily what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So please ask your questions. I will answer. I will help you. I really consider myself to be one of the realest people in the fitness industry. I'm 47 years old. I've never taken a PED, never taken TRT. I'm completely transparent about who I am and what I do. I don't use filters. I tell you the real deal and the real goods. Like I said, I'm tired of people gaslighting you. I'm tired of the podcast bro culture. I'm tired of the Netflix documentaries, all that stuff. Scott Hale, welcome to the show. Should you work out daily? It honestly depends on your definition of working out. And I'm not trying to be like avoidant of the question. Do I think you should work out hard every single day? Probably not. And for most people, you got kids, you got a husband or you got a wife, you got other responsibilities. You're probably not doing enough recovery to facilitate hard training every day. But should you exercise every day? And understand there's a big difference between exercise, training, and working out. You should exercise every day. Maybe it's a walk, maybe it's a bike ride, maybe it's a swim, maybe it's something else, but you should do something. Despite what the Mike Menser crowd says, you should do something every single day. All right. We got Dash the Blaze. Welcome to the show. Can you lose weight without exercise? Yes. Absolutely, you can. Now, you can't get fit without exercise, but can you lose weight? Absolutely. Losing weight is about nothing more than a calorie deficit. That's all it is. So even if you didn't exercise, if you were able to create a calorie deficit, you could absolutely lose weight. Now, is it easier with exercise? Yes. And frankly, to create that deficit, I think it's a lot easier to create the deficit through exercise and food. Personally, I'd rather go for a walk and burn 300 calories and get that back through food, right? But yes. Adrian Tristan, how are you doing, brother? Hope everything's well. Thank you very much. What's up, brother in blue? Watching from the gym now. Thank you very, very, very much. Question, I get ab cramps when I do my ab workout. Any advice, please? Well, first of all, I'd stop doing ab-specific stuff. I think you can get enough through a functional training program, all right? But two, cramps usually happen when you push yourself harder than you're capable of, or you do more than you're capable of. So the simple answer is you got to get more fit. So start incorporating a lot more exercises that work your core. And the best way to do that, again, is not just ab exercises. It's real functional activities, all right? Stay hydrated. That's always a good plan too, all right? A Let's see, what can someone with arthritis do? You can walk, right? Here's the deal. Everyone can always do something. I did actually a seminar. I was on a panel at Strong New York this weekend about pain and working through pain. And my whole thing is, if you were in a lot of pain in your hands, would you stop brushing your teeth? And the answer is no, you would keep brushing your teeth. You have to nourish your body. I promise you, if you don't move, if you don't exercise, that arthritis is going to get a whole lot worse. You got to move. Michael Glassmaker, my guy, another successful day in the books. Mike is one of my athletes. Nobody works harder. Nobody is more committed than this man right here. The epitome of no 0 days. The epitome of every damn day. The epitome of do whatever Bobby Maximus says. That's that guy right there. Adrian, quick question. Is it good or bad if I'm not losing weight but staying the same? I'm at 2,300 calories, but I noticed I got stronger and faster. I went from 640 to a 604 mile time. Thoughts? You know, there's actually a big philosophy around this. Only focus on the performance, okay? Now, I'm going to paint a scenario, 2 scenarios for you, okay? You got one guy. By the way, Connor, I take Mr. Clean as a compliment. He's a fabulous looking man and is extremely jacked, all right? And germ free. All right, Adrian, here's the deal. 2 people. One person is 6'3", 230 pounds. Actually, we'll just keep weight out of it. They can bench press 225 for 20 straight reps. They can run a 5:30 mile. They can deadlift 600 pounds. They can do 18 consecutive pull-ups. They can do 30 consecutive push-ups. They can do 20 consecutive dips. They can row a 2,000 meter in under 7 minutes, okay? What do you think that person looks like? I'll tell you what they don't look like. They don't have a beer belly. You're probably talking about a fairly fit-looking person. On the other hand, you got a guy who runs an 11-minute mile or a 12-minute mile or a 15-minute mile, can't even finish a mile, can only bench 95 pounds for 3, and can't do 1 pull-up. What does that person look like? At a certain point, if you just use results-based training, you will look like a person who can do those things. So that's like one of the things that I used to preach at Jim Jones. It's how Henry Cavill was trained to be a real athlete, right? And if you're a real athlete and you could do X, Y, and Z, you will look like a person who can do X, Y, and Z. So my advice to you, Adrian, is to just focus on the results. Focus on real, measurable, quantifiable results. How much can you bench? How much can you deadlift? How many pull-ups can you do? How many dips can you do? How fast can you run? And I promise you, when you get there, you will look like that human being. All right? God is love. Are you fit? Men's Health named you one of the 100 fittest men of all time. So you tell me. Answer a question with a question. Away Sadiq. Hello. Joseph Grant. I had to change my routine since my developed pain in upper glute region till I heal. Well, guess what? Upper body all the time. There's always something you could do, and you could probably bike, you could probably swim, you could probably walk on an incline. All right? Reglair, looks like we have to start training for some pull-ups. I could do 18 pull-ups, but can't deadlift 600 pounds. Maybe you could deadlift 400. Maybe you could deadlift 500. The point is, the more fit you get, the better you're going to look. That's just a fact. Jags Domain, I've never been that big. That is muscular, but I finally lost 30 pounds. Trainer at my YMCA told me I'm too thin. Lost all that now. Now I have to gain. First of all, don't let these trainers at the YMCA tell you how you should be looking. How do you feel? How do you like how you look? That's the most important thing. Adrian, it's confusing because you advised me to aim for 175 pounds, but I'm 190. I'm trying to cut weight. What should I do? I see my abs creeping, but not there yet. I'll say maybe 10 pounds away. So in that case, you got 2 options. If you want to get leaner, you got to create a calorie deficit. All right. Now, when we talk about getting leaner, like just being able to do these fitness things, like we're talking about playing the long game, right? But if you really do want to go on a crash diet, not a crash diet, if you really want to diet, you really want to get movie ready or cover ready, and I might have to do that soon. You got to create a calorie deficit. You got to create more than a calorie deficit. 2,300 calories might not be enough of a deficit. You can create that deficit 2 ways. Knock off 200 to 300 calories off that total. That's one way. Or do some extra cardiovascular exercise, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. That's what I would prefer, because I'd rather have the extra food, but you just got to create more of a deficit. Low-grade cardio is going to be your best friend here. All right? Reglair feels so hard. I weigh 235. I want to lose weight, but I have horrible willpower. Well, you got to fix it. You got to find your why. All right? Green KC, getting lean makes my bench go down. There's actually something, like, honestly, there's some truth to that. Bigger people are able to move more weight, but the power to weight ratio is the thing that I worry about the most, okay? So, Adrian, let me know if that makes sense, creating the deficit. Try doing 30 to 40 minutes of empty stomach morning cardio in the morning. See what happens, right? But again, the long run, the results are important. What I'm really sensing from you is some stress and impatience. You want it fast, don't you? So if you want it in 6 weeks to 8 weeks, it can happen, but you got to create a massive calorie deficit. You're willing to play the long game, then just go for fitness results. Like really, like both answers can be true at the same time. So with all these questions, and keep asking your questions, I'm loving this, by the way, but let's talk about why optimization is BS, right? We live in this podcast bro culture where someone's like, hey, you got to have a 90-minute sauna and you got to do it once a week. And then you got to have 20 minutes 4 times a week. And then some other guy that's allegedly equally as credible says, no, you got to do 5 sessions, 18 minutes a week. And then you got to take like BPC 157. Then you got to take another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. And every podcaster, they built their brand on this weird little microscience that they got to ram down your throat, right? Like as if you just start drinking raw milk, that all of a sudden you're going to wake up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that's just BS. So here's why I say optimization is BS. You probably don't do enough to qualify for the person that needs to optimize, all right? Let me be very clear about this. I'm so over the performance and optimization talk. You need to stop reaching in the air. This is almost an exact quote about what I said at Strong New York. You need to stop reaching in the air for this thing that you haven't had, for this mysterious thing that you are looking for. You need to stop reaching in the air for that. And you need to focus on the basics. Solid nutrition. Do you realize how bad the average American eats? 535 alcoholic beverages a year. That's more than 10 a week without a week off. 40 gallons of soda. It's like a gallon a week pretty much. That's the average. Potato chips, a bag of potato chips a day. Fast food, 2.7 times a week. Ice cream, candy, cookies, processed food. And I'm giving you a bunch of individual things. Imagine these things stacked on top of each other. How bad people are eating. It's absolutely bonkers. And this is the person that went to 7-Eleven and had a breakfast burrito and a Red Bull and some Reese peanut butter cups and some Twizzlers for breakfast. And then they're listening to Andrew Huberman or Rona Patrick, and they're like, I don't think I should ice bath after a workout. It's killing my gains. And by the way, they only work out once every 2 weeks. And that's the person that's looking to be optimized. You understand my point? Like you live out of a gutter. You treat yourself like an amusement park and you're looking to optimization. Like it's insane to me. Working out. Let's talk about workout percentages. I talk about this all the time. And I will get to these questions, but I want to finish this thought. Do you know if you show up to work out 1 day a week, you're only showing up 14% of the time? Just trying to get my shake. Got to feed my muscles. If you show up 2 times a week, 28% of the time, that's your attendance rate. 3 times a week, you think you're something. You're the fit guy in the office. I crushed it. I went beast mode. I was like David Goggins on steroids. And I worked out 3 times a week. You showed up 42% of the time. Do you realize how pathetic that is? Like, that's not a good attendance rate. You're failing. And that's the person right there that wants to optimize. No. You work out 3 times a week. You eat like trash. You fill your face on Sunday with B-dubs and Doritos while you play your fantasy football or DraftKings. You can barely handle sleeping 5 hours a night. Oh, and then Rona Patrick or Andrew Huberman or Joe Rogan or Lane Norton or whoever just tells you you have to do this little thing to optimize. Brian Johnson, Forever Young. Man, if I could just get my blood cleaned, I would be fit. That's bonkers. Like bonkers. You do not need to optimize. Like optimization might be the last 2%. Run the numbers, Green KC. Do me a favor, Green KC. And then Musicum says, I live in an alternate reality. You don't need to work out every day. You need to exercise every day. So run the numbers. Let's do it. Do me a favor, Greek KC and Musicum. Do 3 divided by 7. You tell me what your attendance rate is. And Musicum, that's exactly how Michael Phelps won all those gold medals, working out just twice a week, right? Mike Menser program for life. And by the way, Musicum, you don't need to work out every day. I would love to see what you look like and how you perform. I'd just love to see it. Let's see the result. 42.8, Adrian. So who, tell me, is that a good attendance rate, everybody? Green KC, is that a good attendance rate? Tell me. Did Tom Brady get to be the best quarterback of all time by showing up 3 days a week? Okay, Musicum. Never mind Michael Phelps. How about Jason Statham? The man's 56 years old. 57. In The Meg 2, Transporter, all those movies. Do you think he got looking like that, showing up 3 days a week? Be real. Just putting in an effort 3 days a week? Jason Statham's not an elite athlete. So did he look like that? Tell me. And I'm not even talking about just working out, like exercising 3 days a week. Like, really? You think that person looks like that? The people you want to look like. Henry Cavill in The Witcher, Chris Hemsworth, Jason Statham, Michael B. Jordan. You think they only showed up 3 days a week training for that stuff? Now, if you're happy with yourself, don't let anything I say affect you. Like, if you're happy with where you are, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not happy with where you are, maybe you got to do more. And I guarantee you, because I think you're missing the point, it's not some weird optimization thing. All right, let's go over all these comments because this is gold right here, all right? I'm just going back. Joseph Grant, do what you can. Adrian Tristan, that is right. Hard work is all it takes. So what if I want abs, but I hate sit-ups? Front squats, goblet squats, pull-ups, plank holds. There's plenty of stuff you could do to stimulate those abs. Do you think we must do some tests, Cheyenne B, to keep track of our improvement due to nutrition? I don't know how you would test your nutrition, but I certainly do think that a lot of people need to track. Reglair, that's a terrible diet. No wonder you're not achieving your goals. Gazingan Michael says, you like my color eyes. A lot of people say that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, it's not nice when people say your eyes are heavy. You know who you are. All right. Adrian Kristen, you do leg raises and rope crunches. Rope crunches are great. Bro's describing me. I mean, maybe. What else? A person is 0. 1 is actually good. It's still not good. It's better than 0. Let's call that what it is. Love your workouts. Jeff Nippard, no idea who that is. 21s are the bomb. Scott Hale, I love 21s. Have you ever fought a street fight? She could zoom in on that. Not a street fight, but the fact that I did that for a profession for years, the answer is highly likely yes. Every elite athlete in the world is on something. Do you think I'm on something? Terry, I was told never to squat with weight on my back due to a few back injuries. Should I accept this, or is it possible to rehab and squat again? I don't know. I don't know the specific problem with you, and I'm not a doctor, but I will tell you this. I don't squat a lot anymore. I do a ton of Bulgarians. I do a ton of lunges. I do a ton of single leg stuff. I rarely squat with weight on my back. Honestly, I do a ton of single leg stuff, a ton of air squats. So I would start there, and then really you'd have to figure out with like a physician, like what's going on with your back. And don't listen to your normal physician. Go to a sports minded physician. Like go to someone that's going to treat you like a person trying to get somebody back on the field in the NFL. Reglair, you got to find your why. Right? Yeah, Joe, we do not have Android yet. You know, cut yourself off of Uber Eats, Reglair. Adrian, I'm 5'7" and I'm at 2,300 calories. You said to drop some. What's a good range for me to stay without losing performance? 10%, 230 calories. Start there. Do that for a few weeks and see what happens. How do you deal with family members trying to sabotage you with random junk food when they see you making gains? It's actually a really simple word. It's a word I love. It's underutilized in the English language. No. Just say no. And when they get upset, let them be upset. Not your problem. No. Bye. See ya. Jags Domain. So I work as a janitor to high school. I walk between 12,000 and 15,000 steps a night. It's not intense. It's just going from here to there. Does that actually count in step counts? Yeah. Like all activity matters. The more active you are, the easier it is to stay lean. Handsome Squidward. I'll say that's a compliment. I never fight. I just run away. That's actually pretty funny. Gigi, yes, I was. One submission of the night, Ultimate Fight Night 5, if that counts towards anything. All right, so let's continue down to the optimization talk. So you eat like trash, you barely work out, you're not sleeping, you don't practice any self-care, and you're really worried about like what the Brian Johnson, the Forever Young guy, is doing. If I just had that, I'd be fit. No, if you just did something, if you showed up more than 42% of the time, music is some guy Forever Young. He's like trying to live forever or something like that, like trying to increase his lifespan. He does all kinds of crazy stuff. I think it's all gimmicky, to be honest with you. Look it up for real. It's like wild what people are willing to do. They're not willing to go to the gym an extra time a week, but they're willing to do all kinds of other crazy biohacking stuff. And that's where I have an issue with the podcast bros. Like, great that this little sciencey thing is going to help you, right? You know what would help you if you had more phytonutrients, specifically from pomegranates. That would change your life. Yeah, sure it would. You know what would change your life? Working out a little more, going for a walk, practicing some self-care, maybe sleeping, not treating your body like an amusement park. Like, what would the kids say? GTFOH. Someone should type that in. That's why optimization doesn't work. Like optimization for people that are already at an elite level for years at a time, right? Like, let's actually do this. If you can, for 365 days straight, follow a program, exercise every single day. Note I didn't say workout, exercise every single day. Like at the bare minimum, go for a walk. You can eat completely nutrient-dense, nutrient-rich, non-processed food. You're sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night in a completely blacked out environment. You do that for 365 days straight. And yes, you can do it on Christmas. You can do it on Thanksgiving. You can do it on your birthday, your anniversary, Valentine's Day. You don't need to eat those little red cinnamon hearts. They're good though, but you don't have to eat them. If you can do that for 365, you can come back here and we can talk about optimization. Until you can do that, STFU. And I'm not just talking about a John Cena finishing move. Adrian Tristan, I work out 4 days a week, but at home I do 100 push-ups consistently. Not there yet, but I push myself with minimal rest. Same thing with sit-ups. Should I do more? I walk a lot as a contractor. Here is your ultimate workout for home, Adrian Tristan. You ready? 220. It's a workout that was featured in my best-selling book, Maximus Body, Men's Health. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Every minute on the minute. 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 sit-ups for 20 minutes. Do that the days you're not at the gym. Cut your calories by 230 a day. That's 10%. Do that for 6 weeks and get back to me. That's the prescription. Yeah, exercise can just be cardio. Joel Brada, hi bro, respect is religion helping your workout. Do you recommend any prayer? I am not religious. Sorry, wrong guy to ask. So it doesn't help me. I do believe in spirituality. I work out because it makes me feel good. I work out because I want to be better for the people around me. I work out because I want to invest in me. I work out because I want to set a good example for my kids. I work out because I want the world to be a better place. And I think it starts with me being the best me that I can be, to be the best me for you. But that's it. You know what I mean? And listen, honestly, because I was raised Catholic, I was an altar boy for 8 years. I did a lot of classical studies. I have a classical education. God's not helping you get fit. He's got other things to worry about. That's on you. You need to get fit. You need to work. You need to put in the effort and not let your talents go to waste. There's actually a parable about that. There's like 3 kids, and I'm paraphrasing, and a dad gives their kids money, and one kid buries the money in the backyard. The other kid spends it all, and then the other kid invests it and becomes rich. And the person that got in the most trouble was the person that buried in the backyard, that did nothing. There's a huge moral in that, by the way. There's a huge lesson there. You can't waste the talents that God has given you. So, yeah, get to work. Just get to work. My grandmother used to say, God only helps people that help themselves. So just something there. Do I ever struggle with drinking or smoking? I do not at all. I'm good. Some people do, and that's no judgment. That's okay. You got to find your why again. All right. Green KC, that I can do. I thought you meant hitting the weights every single day. I would burn out. No, exercise can be walking, can be swimming, can be biking. You just got to move every day. Thank you, Joel. I really appreciate that. BMX Trickmaster, 43rd birthday. Happy birthday. Way to get that workout in. Joseph Grant, what do you think about Arnold's 6-day workout split? There have been so many, Christina, how are you? There have been so many splits of his that I don't know what's accurate and what's not accurate, but I will tell you 6 days a week of working out is probably pretty good. Looks like a guy that worked out 6 days a week, probably exercised on the 7th too. Thank you, Joseph. I really, really appreciate it. I love that you're a member of the Ladder Team Maximus. Go get some. By the way, you guys want a link to that. It is in the bio on YouTube and stuff, so go get at it. It's the best program in the world. Shyam, I used to do martial arts. Advanced arthritis, put a full stop to everything. I was tired and scared, increasing my problem, but I know how important it is to be fit. I will walk and report in 4 weeks. Good. Do what you can. Michael. First thing, your comments are always welcome, by the way. Expert testimony in the house. First thing my functional doctor did was eliminate all the biohacking supplements. Good. Creatine and protein powder is all I'm using now. Kia's been eating real food with workouts daily. Yes, you have a good doctor. All right. Adrian, what's your split looking like now? Any changes, if any? So I train a lot. Okay. Monday is usually like an upper body push based day. Tuesday is a lower body day. Wednesday is usually upper body pull. Thursday is like shoulders and athleticism. Friday is usually a full body type workout. Saturday is fun. I want to have fun on Saturday. I do some arms. I do some abs. I do some functional training. Sunday, I usually do a bunch of body weight conditioning stuff. I do jiu-jitsu 3 to 5 days a week right now. I do some athletic training and a little bit of running on top of that. So a lot. But I also sleep 8 hours a night. I have a sauna in my house. I have Normatec recovery boots, the Hyper Ice ones. I got 2 ice baths in my garage right now. Not 1, 2, just in case I want to have 2 ice baths, you know. So like I'm on it. Do I take any supplements? I actually do. Protein powder. Love protein shakes. I probably actually don't need them as much as I think I do because I do eat a high protein diet, but I do like my shakes. My favorite shake in the world is coffee, cinnamon, salt, Madagascar vanilla, MCT from Bubs, and protein. Absolutely love it over ice. Unreal. I take creatine. I take fish oil. I take magnesium. Those are like the big ones I take. I take a multivitamin every day. I do like caffeine. So I do take some pre-workout with a really clean caffeine. Probably don't need it. I just really enjoy it. All right. BMX Trickmaster says, I upped my bench, lowered my sets and reps. Good for you. Good for you. Anything to get you stronger. Green KC, I don't know if it's about walking 10,000 steps a day, but I think there's some truth underlying it. I think it's about doing more activity. To see abs, you got to be lean. My protein intake and carb intake a day, and how much do I weigh? I am 6'3.5", 191 centimeters to be precise. I am 231 pounds-ish right now, probably like 228 waking up. I'm 47 years old. My protein intake, I'm probably somewhere around 200 to 210 grams a day. All right, maybe 220. My carb intake, it depends on the day. I am almost never, never over 250. Like that would be a wild day for me. Like even if I had 80 grams of carbs for lunch, 80 for dinner, that's only 160. Like I'm never over 250, but some days I'm at 100, some days I'm at 90, some days I'm at 175, some days I'm 200. Calories, probably between, man, it's a big range, somewhere between 4,000 and 6,000 a day. Going the body weight route at the moment. I'm 51 with cardio and alternate days. Feeling great, John. That sounds like a great program. That is up my alley 100%. So yeah, there we have it. Like optimization, like if you look how I live, like let's be real. 8 hours sleep a night in a completely blacked out temperature controlled room. I eat really good. I limit alcohol. I do self-care. I'm active every day. I go for walks. I'm actually in the sun. Like, how much is biohacking really going to help me? If I just take some BPC 157, I'm all of a sudden going to turn into Logan the Wolverine. Like, get out of here with that. But I am actually a candidate for that stuff. Like, I'm a candidate for biohacking because I'm doing everything else right. So the question is, are you doing everything right? And listen, there's some stuff that's tried and true. There's a lot of really good stuff around NAD. Niagen is one of the companies that's incredible. But like, there's a lot of really good stuff around there. There's really good science and a ton of anecdotal evidence ranging back to my ancestors like Leif Erikson, like the sauna and the cold plunging. Like that is massive. I'm not denying that stuff can be effective. But if, again, you're a big, sweaty, overweight human, a high-calorie human, you got one hand in a bag of Doritos, the other hand down your pants. You don't walk. You haven't seen the sun in days. You're binge watching Netflix. Oh, yeah, and you need to optimize. Like, stop right now. Stop it. Adrian, really appreciate that. Just keep working hard. I promise you'll get there. No secrets, no hacks, no shortcuts, no gimmicks, no 3 easy payments of $9.99. You effing got this. So that's it, guys. That is a great live. Listen, here's how you can help me genuinely do more of these. Get your supers in. Supers help me eat. Helps me make more content. If I'm getting supers, I keep coming back and do these. If I don't, I'm going to cut them off. It's not worth it for me. You know what I mean? I'm just being straight up. Smash that like button. Make comments. Share with your friends. These got to be worthwhile. Time is money. So you can support me. And I promise you, I will always give you my best and always give you the real deal when it comes to fitness. So thank you, everybody, for coming by tonight. I'm going to go and drink some water, eat some nutrient-dense food, get ready to go. And there we have it. Jags, I'll answer that. I work out every day, not always at the gym. Go to run, look at calories, and I burn 400. That's an apple. Is there more to it than strict calorie count? I think in general there is more to it, but it's pretty simple. You got to watch your calories. I would count. You got to figure out how much you're burning. You got to create a calorie deficit if you want to be lean. I'm assuming you want to be lean. If you can create a calorie deficit, you can do it through food or you can do it through exercise. It will work, and the results are immediately apparent. So with that in mind, everybody, love y'all. Thanks for coming to my live. Keep your stick on the ice. Keep working hard. Do the things you know how to do. Stop looking for the hacks, the shortcuts, the gimmicks, the 3 easy payments of $9.99. Just get to work. You know what to do.